Hello everybody, how are you all doing? Welcome back to Man City Unplugged, your very own Man City fan channel. Sorry that we are a bit late today, but the match has got underway. And it's the 13th minute. Interesting that John Stones started today in the right back position. Very interesting thing for me. That's a great ball out to Sterling. Raheem Sterling one-on-one with the Norwich right back, and it's Joao Cancelo. What a ball! What a ball from Joao Cancelo. Riyad Mahrez was just, a Brentford player head away from getting there. That was a dream ball. I think, yes, it was almost an outside of the foot ball from Joao Cancelo. Riyad Mahrez was the favorite there. It's just the head of a Brentford player that saved it from going to Mahrez. Riyad Mahrez with the corner. City need to win this. City need to absolutely win this. There's no other go. Riyad Mahrez and Brentford are breaking here. Brentford are on the break, and we don't have the pace of Kyle Walker today. There's no Kyle Walker there, but the passes as City have seen in a millennium. It's a City pass, but we need to be really careful. You can't, if you're going to be the champions of England, you can't tell our team to break from your own corner. That's almost criminal. There's no Kyle Walker. You have to remember that. John Stones is playing, I know, but I don't know why there's no Kyle Walker today. No idea at all. What a ball that is from Phil Ford, and Riyad Mahrez there. Brentford are looking to play on the counter, and City don't get the ball back. I thought great thing, great chasing back from De Bruyne, and City get the free kick. We need to absolutely win this. I've written a blog about this as well, that it's almost a must win for City, because if we lose this and Liverpool are effectively level with us, because they win a game in hand and they win against us, we lose this, Liverpool are effectively level with us. So all of the hard work through those chilly winters, through those winters when people did not even dare to get up out of the bed, the amount of hard work we put through all of that, those times would come to nothing, would come to absolute nothing. So Riyad Mahrez again losing out there. Brentford are playing a very low block. City get the ball back again, but that was not a good pass. I think Mahrez should have looked forward there. Not at all a good pass. Brentford again get the ball back. Pep won't be happy with how much we're giving the ball away. Mahrez, Foden, and Sterling starting for City. I mean, Sterling or Grealish, whom would you start? Neither of them have been in good form. Neither of them have been clinical front of goal. Maybe I would start a Cole Palmer over them, or maybe you start a Liam Delap up front and you put Foden on the left wing. I think that seems to be the best option out there right now. So Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva to De Bruyne, two people who don't even lose a ball on a knife edge. So Joao Cancelo inverting into the midfield. Kevin De Bruyne, Riyad Mahrez going out as wide as possible, and that's a corner for City. No, it's a throw in actually. Riyad Mahrez. I think every match, for someone was saying in one of the forum on Reddit that every match from now on until we play Liverpool at least is a must win for City, and that's a free kick for City. We can't even afford a draw. This league is so ruthless that you wink once and you just sweat it away. That's how good the teams in this league are. So we just need to be on the front foot. Brentford can be very dangerous. It's a free kick for City. I think it's Foden who's yes, it's Foden who's kicking it, and that's a corner for City. Set pieces won't do the work. We need to put the ball on the ground and play. It's Riyad Mahrez right now. Riyad Mahrez for City. I have no belief whatsoever in set pieces. That too against Brentford. Brentford have IR. Brentford have Onyeka. There's some when Ivan Tony, for example, is such a huge striker. So you are not gonna win set pieces against Brentford. So I think we need to keep the ball on the ground, pass through Brentford and cut them open. Come on, Riyad, don't waste time. Kick it. I mean, you look at that every time City get a set piece, five Brentford players are just rushing out. They're just trying to break on City. So we need to be really careful of that. And we need to remember we don't have the pace of Kyle Walker today. Kyle Walker's there, you can even race against Usain Bolt. There's no Kyle Walker today, and that's a big problem, you could say. It's Riyad Mahrez. Wonderful ball from Riyad Mahrez, and Bernardo Silva he was definitely not offside. Bernardo just couldn't find that final pass. What a run from Bernardo Silva. He just ghosted better than a ghost. Wow, that is the kind of intricate play. When teams see they're like, we can't beat this Man City team. It's over. That is what we need to do more often. Riyad Mahrez, what a shambolic corner. De Bruyne, Kevin. Kevin was on. Okay, Kevin was offside, but I think that was a great ball in from Raheem Sterling. Was Kevin offside? Of course he was. Ah, is this game gonna be decided by a special moment like it was against Chelsea, like it was against Brentford? The last time we faced Brentford, it was only a Phil Foden and De Bruyne special that decided the game 1-0. Great finish from Foden and out of the world cross from De Bruyne. That's what decided the game back then. But right now, is it going in that way? Let us see. I just hope not. I just don't want to have those jingly nights again. Those tense nights. Let this just be a smooth passage deep into the night so that I can have a good sleep after the match. Rodri has protected the ball very well, and it's anyway a free kick for City. We just need to be on the front foot for as long as possible. City have 81% possession, but just one attempt. So you can see where we have been lacking. Pep Guardiola doesn't appear concerned, but I didn't understand first of all why Kyle Walker didn't start actually, because you know that Brentford of all teams will be breaking on you with pace. They'll be putting numbers forward, so you needed the defensive prowess of Kyle Walker here. He is not offside. No. Oh yes, he was offside. The flag is raised now, but Ederson wouldn't know that. That was a great save from Ederson. Miles offside. All of the three Brentford forwards were miles offside. Ederson coming out. Maybe Pep wants him to be the third centre back. He's coming out so that he can push Brentford for the back. John Stones. De Bruyne. You can see the idea there. De Bruyne was trying to curl the ball into Sterling. Just didn't come off, but only De Bruyne could have the audacity to attempt, to even think of attempting such a thing. So, Pep kicked the ball in. Pep's touch is not bad. Maybe he could slot in and play for some time. John Stones, Ederson. Good ball from Ederson. And it's Kevin De Bruyne. Great ball to Riyad Mahrez. And that's another good ball from Riyad Mahrez to Joao Cancelo. Cancelo just couldn't whip it in. There was no whip on it. But again, that was an excellent piece of play from Ederson. Now you can see why Ederson is, I would say, he's the best in the league. He's one of the best in the world as well. He might be the best in the world as well, Ederson. But what a ball from Riyad Mahrez, and then Joao Cancelo just couldn't get the whip towards Raheem Sterling. The John Stones with the throw. City need to get the first goal here because Brentford are a team that break on you, and I do think there is more than one goal in this game. So we just need to get the first goal. I know it's in our home and all, but Kevin De Bruyne, Ederson, great play from John Stones. He's nutmegged the Brentford defender, and it's Riyad Mahrez. John Stones. I think maybe Pep wanted more quality on the ball. That's why he's playing John Stones over there. Maybe he wanted a player who could bring the ball out more assuredly, play through the press in a way. And that's why I think John Stones is playing there. What a ball that is! Joao Cancelo! Bernardo Silva was just a bit late onto that. It's another great ball there. Bernardo Silva was just a second late, not much later than that. He was just a second late in getting to that ball. It's City's fourth corner and a crap corner. Interesting tactic. Raheem Sterling is staying back. That is good. That is actually very good. Raheem Sterling staying back. This is excellent. Now Brentford are a bit stunned. Why is Sterling? What the hell? Why is Sterling chasing back? You can't tell up that. That is not fair. This is interesting. So that outlet of breaking from the corners is also closed from City point of view. Great ball, great diagonal to De Bruyne, Stones to De Bruyne, wonderful. Kevin De Bruyne. Again the keeper in the way. Cancelo is just not able to get that ball over the keeper. John Stones again, excellent reading of the game. Riyad Mahrez. Bad pass from Riyad Mahrez, but how often do you see it? So excused. Riyad Mahrez is excused, and that's a Brentford throw. The game's getting tighter and tighter. It's getting very tight. Riyad Mahrez with the ball. It's John Stones. Ruben Diaz being pressed, but fine, and it's Aymeric Laporte. I think we need to be a bit more faster. The passing needs to speed of the passing needs to improve and become much better. Jack Grealish, John Stones tucking into the midfield. Phil Foden, Rahim. Here he has kept it in. That is wonderful, wonderful from Raheem Sterling. The only problem with Sterling is his finishing. And in today's match, I just hope he's clinical because it just looks like chances will be far and few in between, and Sterling needs to be absolutely focused. Raheem Sterling, Rash! And it's blazed over by Joao Cancelo, but was that the moment from Raheem Sterling? I think it might have been the moment for Raheem Sterling. It went through the pass from cross from Mahrez, went through every the keeper just got there in front of Sterling. Sterling's not to blame now, but Cancelo maybe could he have done better? The ball was wobbling a bit, so I don't know. City are pressing very well now. The intensity in the press is increased, and Brentford have numbers forward. I think the reason might have been that John Stones is more assured on the ball, and it's Riyad Mahrez. The pass should have been a little bit more crisp, and Foden was through. Sterling was through. It's just a misplaced pass from Mahrez. We just need to get everything going in that final third. That they're showing back that replay, and I just think Joao Cancelo has to score over there. Cancelo has to score. Come on, guys, we need to take those chances. And so, like I was saying, the only thing where Stones is playing over Walker is that defensively, Walker is better than Stones. Pace wise, Walker has more pace than Stones. I think on the ball, John Stones is, I think, better than many players on the City team. Strong carrier of the ball. Joao Cancelo, excellent work on the ball. Rodri there. Brentford are just not able to get out. City need to break Brentford once so that caps will be available. Brentford are happy to play the kind of that mid block, and so that was an excellent piece of play from City. 1, 2, 3. Kevin De Bruyne played a 1-2 with Bernardo Silva. He played a 1-2 with Raheem Sterling. This is wonderful, wonderful football. Brentford are on the ropes. Brentford are on the edge right now. I think it's just a matter of time. Come on, Ria, don't waste time. Kick the bloody corner. Kick the bloody corner in. It's Joao Cancelo, Raheem Sterling. Riyad Mahrez, Riyad, put a great cross in. Riyad, it's De Bruyne on the outside. Mahrez ignores him, and it's Phil Foden. That was always going to be difficult. Great ball from Foden, but it was always going to be difficult for Sterling on the volley. Never easy heading on the volley. Sterling was facing towards the ball and he had to hit it on the volley. That can never be easy. Just cut it over. Chances are coming for City. Just be patient, guys. Just be patient. We need to score before half time, by the way. Otherwise, it will be difficult. Prasad is here. Hi, Prasad. तुम बहुत मस्त आदमी है मोहन भाई. Keep it up. Thank you so much, Prasad. I just hope that City win today because it's making me tense. We lose today, and the gap at the top of the table is effectively down to 0 points. So we are level with Liverpool. So it's important that we win. So I'm a bit tense today as well. Riyad Mahrez inside. Mahrez cross, bloody cross. There was no one on the cutback, no one on the edge of the box. Gamble, guys, gamble. Someone come on the edge of the box. Mahrez was in space and no one on the edge of the box. Oh, that's well retrieved, but I think we need to be a bit more faster to the second ball. Second ball, guys. That's a free kick for City. 4 inch down. I think it's that we have Brentford on the ropes, so it's just a matter of time. I feel just need to be a bit more clinical. See, Mares had so much space, and there was someone making that run across the keeper. There was someone in the middle of the box, but there was no one at the edge of the box. You need to get bodies there. Give Mahrez options. Kevin De Bruyne with the free kick. It's floated. Oh, that was so close. Aymeric Laporte. The ball was so close. It was so close for a moment. I thought it was almost like the ball was going in slow motion. It wouldn't have been offside. It came from a Brentford player. It was almost that the ball was going in slow motion. I don't know how it just missed the post. Ah, it almost grazed the upright and it went. Joaquin shallow outside of the foot, but it doesn't matter. No one's there. Why are we playing long balls for God's sake? I don't know why are we playing long balls. I get afraid when we play long balls, when City plays long balls. Because because if we are playing long balls, it means that all of our tactics on playing on the ground haven't worked out, and that's the reason why we play long balls. This means we're not trusting ourselves. Get the ball on the bloody ground and play. Riyad Mahrez, this is wonderful skill from Mahrez. He's lost the ball, but that happens. He can't take on 4 players, right? Riyad Mahrez gets the ball. See, this is oh, that's it's Rodri who's given the ball away, and it's gone for a Brentford corner. I think what the hell has happened there? I thought Ruben Diaz has covered it, but he just didn't hear the call from Ederson, and it's a corner for City to defend now. 7 points and nothing. I mean, 9 points or nothing. Just remember what happened in the 2018-19 season. We chased down 9 points without having a game in hand on Liverpool. It's Kevin De Bruyne. I thought almost got to it. So Brentford coming out and playing a bit more. Ruben Diaz, Laporte, Sterling, Raheem Sterling, Kevin De Bruyne, Riyad Mahrez, Kevin De Bruyne, Mahrez on the outside, but Rodri retrieves it. Sorry, Ruben Diaz retrieves it. Aymeric Laporte, Raheem Sterling, Sterling back to Rodri, Rodri back to Laporte. I think you need to switch it. You need to play the diagonal passes. That is where the space is. Just pull the defense one when play the Riyad Mahrez. Just chop back onto your. Ah. Raheem Sterling gets in with the ball, charges into the box. That's a penalty. That's a penalty. That's a penalty. And City get the penalty. Yes, City get the penalty. What great work by Raheem Sterling. That is what Pep thought him initially when he came. Just push the ball forward and run with it. That's all. That's what Raheem Sterling did. The simplistic wing play, and we have a penalty right now. It's it's gonna be one of the most defining penalties in the season, and it's Riyad Mahrez taking it. Riyad Mahrez is in my fantasy team as well, so Riyad Mahrez with the penalty. There no doubt. So the penalty, the player didn't complain. VR is happy. Everyone's happy. Jose Raya has a good track record of saving penalties. So what is Riyad Mahrez gonna do? Riyad Mahrez, just aim at one of the corners. Riyad, aim at one of the corners. That's all. Riyad Mahrez with the penalty. Just hope he scores. Just hope he scores. Yeah! Yes! Riyad Mahrez has scored the penalty. What a cool penalty. It was more cooler than a frozen cucumber. What a penalty from Riyad Mahrez. Ice cool. This was a penalty taker we were missing. It's just a tremendous penalty. No one can no one can stop that. He's picked pinpoint. He's picked the top left corner. Even if the goalkeeper went the right way, there was no way the goalkeeper was chasing it and was saving it unless the goalkeeper was a superman. Juan Malilo, for some reason, didn't look happy there, but I think he didn't look happy with the way City were playing. But the penalty was wonderful again. Excellent penalty from City. Excellent penalty from Mahrez. Now we need to just go through the gears now. We just need to score another goal and then we can relax. Can absolutely relax. Brentford are under pressure. Push them harder. Push them harder. When your opponent is down on the throat, never give him a chance to breathe. That's what champions do. One more goal. Come on, one more goal. It's 3-on-3 at the back. Come on, yes. Ederson was off his line. On another day, the ball could have gone in. Ederson was off his line. That was a risk. But look at the speed with which Brentford are breaking. Need to be very careful here. If I was Pep Guardiola, I would just have brought on Kyle Walker. Just for his physicality, for his pace, for the way he intimidates opponents. Pep Guardiola is not at all happy there. City are 1-0 up, but seeing Pep's face, seeing John Malilo's face, you'll be wondering who is the team that is leading, and City have lost the ball here. And what a save from Ederson. What a block from Ruben Diaz, but the whistle had already gone. What a save from Ederson. Wow, this guy is something else. He's one of the best keepers in the league. He is the best keeper in the league right now. John Stones slips over there. And it's Ivan Tony. That's an excellent save from Ederson. And it's Ivan Tony. It's Mbuma actually. That's a good finish, but Ederson gets there, and that's a foul on Ederson. But then City players would not have known that, so the block from Ruben Diaz was also very good. Ederson's down there. I think he's injured, I think. But this is a quality that you have to really admire about Ederson. All those years ago, he took a blow from Sadio Mane for the team. He's very brave. He's one of the most brave goalkeepers I've seen. Pep is not happy with Riyad Mahrez. You should just see the tactics between Mahrez and Pep. This is so fascinating. Pep is explaining something to Mahrez. Mahrez is telling, no, that's not possible. The Brentford are playing another system, and then Pep is again explaining another tactic to Riyad Mahrez. This is very interesting. When Mahrez scored the penalty, Pep and his assistant coach were having their hands on their heads like this. They were not happy. Not at all happy. Usually, that's not a reaction you see from the coach. Usually, I think there is surely something that Pep has told Mahrez and is not following it. But Mahrez has improved a lot. You see this game, you see the previous FA Cup game. He gives the ball away. That's usual. You dribble and all, you lose the ball. That's fine, right? But what is important is your urge to get the ball back, and that is what I've seen in Riyad Mahrez in the last couple of matches. That urge is gone up so much that now you can even find Mahrez in that right back, in that left back positions, doing things. So I really think that Riyad Mahrez has improved a lot. He's come through a lot, but the ball is in Brentford's City's half now. We need to be very careful. Brentford are attacking here, and that's a foul. There's a foul on Joao Cancelo, and City get the chance to breathe. And do stay with me after the end of the half. In the break, we will read through some of the Reddit comments. The Reddit comments group is usually ruthless. City don't play well. They can be really ruthless, and they can go after players if they don't play well. So just the comments will be fascinating. So just stay with me. Riyad Mahrez, Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Raheem Sterling, Joao Cancelo. What this is wonderful from Raheem Sterling. This that the play was so sweet, it was so fascinating. It's just a shame that there was no one there for Sterling to pass to tap it into the goal. This was mesmeric, magical piece of play. Cancelo and Raheem Sterling give and go. Sterling gives it to Cancelo. Sterling runs. Cancelo finds him. Raheem Sterling, Kevin De Bruyne, Phil Foden, Kevin De Bruyne with the ball. It's just 10 seconds. Raheem Sterling, just cross it into the box now because it's just 10 seconds more. The referee is anyway going to blow up. That's it. The referee is blown up, and but City should really have been 2-0. I think Sterling's been exceptional today. His wing play has been very good. For all those people who blame Sterling for not finishing, not being ruthless, and all, his gameplay has been wonderful today. It's been very good. But let us now just switch to the Reddit comments and see what's going on there. Let's go into the match thread. This can be absolutely ruthless. Yeah, I think you can see the comments now. Max 11 says Bernardo has been very quiet and Foden is having a little slump in form. I don't necessarily think that Foden is having a slump in form, especially in this match. You can see. I mean, you just see the previous FA Cup meeting against Fulham. Fulham was a difficult match, the top of the championship, and the way the yes Foden didn't get a goal or assist, but the way he took on players, the way he created space was very good. And even here as well, I think if you just judge a player by the amount of goals he scores or the amount of assists he provides and stuff like that, then I think your knowledge of football is very limited. Foden, for all those people who are not watching it, Foden's been creating space. Foden's been dropping into the midfield, and Foden's always surrounded by two, three, four Brentford players. Foden's getting winning the ball back. Foden's been creating space. Foden's been creating numbers for us. Foden's in fact sacrificing himself sake of the team, and people say that Foden's having a little slump in form. Nonsense. Bernardo has been quiet. This debate has picked up more steam. This season, especially with people asking De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva. Does that limit Bernardo Silva's performance actually? And I don't know where I'm on that, because a part of me thinks that is actually true, because whenever Bernardo plays alongside Gundogan, I still think that Gundogan, Bernardo, and Rodri are maybe the best midfield over Rodri, De Bruyne, and Bernardo, or Rodri, De Bruyne, and Gundogan. But the problem is you can't keep De Bruyne out of the team, and De Bruyne has won his matches on his own against Chelsea and against Brentford in the previous fixture as well. So it's a problem for Pep to fix out. But I think whenever De Bruyne plays, maybe Bernardo just plays that little bit deeper. But whereas when Gundogan plays, I think the role is shared more equally on who drops deep and who goes forward. Dracop 2099 says dead rubber match. I don't know, Dracop. What match are you watching? It's not been a dead rubber one as far as I know. Not a bad half considering the mega bus we are facing. Brentford will have to try to open it up a bit in the second half to get an equalizer, and hopefully we bury them when they do. We should have buried them actually. Cancelo, Sterling. That was wonderful. That was actually wonderful. Link up play. I think that is the reason why maybe uh, Liam Delap would have helped us better, but then again, you would be outnumbered in the midfield. So, boy, cases Sterling's been pretty good today, bar that mistake at the end there. There was no mistake at the end there. Come on, there was no one to pass to for Sterling. Sterling's been wonderful today. The refereeing's been spot on as well. They're showing the replay of the penalty, and there's no complaints from anybody. So I think that was a penalty. And the way Mahrez took the penalty was absolutely glorious. Mummy underscore napkin says Sterling needs to just shoot. Exactly. He just needs to shoot. I think that's a confidence thing. The day Sterling just has that confidence, and the problem with Sterling is it's not as much as shooting, it's the lack of his trust on his ability to shoot. We saw against Everton, Joao Cancelo outside of the boot ball. Sterling had a one-touch finish, and that was the finish of top strikers. So he has it in him to shoot. Sterling has it in him to shoot and score goals. So again, showing the replay of the pen, I don't know why. So I just think that it's a lack of confidence thing, and Sterling just needs to shoot more than anything else. He just needs to shoot. Armand Larry says when Sterling makes line breaking runs, I think it's his best version. Exactly the 1-2 Sterling technical ability, the way he can keep the ball and stuff like that. Everything's wonderful, wonderful from Sterling. It's just because people think that his lack of his shooting ability, but I think it's lack of his trust on that shooting ability. That is what is actually bothering him. Take a shot, exactly. Cannot remember Mahrez having 16 goals this season. Mahrez has been actually good in front of goal. It's been very good in front of goal. Raheem, just hit it, please. Exactly. Christ Sterling. NJ Devil 802 says, Christ Sterling, thanks for winning the pen, but you have to take the damn shot or put it across goal. Cutting back was like the fifth best option. Exactly. I mean, but I thought that cutting back was an option actually there because it was almost kind of unmarked, and maybe Sterling thought a De Bruyne would have been there. De Bruyne edge of the box in this form, 10 out of 10 you would believe he, because it's De Bruyne, 10 out of 10 you would think that he buries the shot. I'm just seeing the replays of other matches here because I think Coutinho has scored and I have him in my fantasy team. Sterling chokes again. Watching Stone's knees cave in after controlling the ball had to be the funniest shit I've seen this week. Sterling absolutely wasted that Cancelo pass. I think the effort from Sterling to make that run was also very good today. The diabolic kid says, is our backline a bit shaky? Shaky today. I think it's shaky because we are just too scared of the pace of Brentford. I think you see all of the best teams. They at least had one player in the back line who had pace, who had good pace. So I think having Kyle Walker there, Kyle Walker is very good defensively and stuff, and his pace is like, if you're Ruben Diaz, if you're Aymeric Laporte, that you have Kyle Walker there, he can chase literally anyone in the Premier League. There's no one who is beyond Kyle Walker in the Premier League. I think in world football actually. So I think even Walker chases Mbappe as well. So Walker is that good. So I think not having someone who is having that pace, puts it puts a doubt as a backline, and also I think uh, yes, I understand that Pep sacrificed. Uh, I understand that Pep sacrificed, Kyle Walker for John Stones because he wanted to have more control in the midfield. But what Pep, I think, I don't know how we missed it, that having Walker means you push your defense that much higher, push your defense higher into Brentford's half, because any ball over the top, even if an offside trap is broken, you have Walker to chase back. So I think it's just how you trade off one thing for another. I think that's what it is. More control in the midfield, and you give up Walker. So Rodri's having a shit game so far. Are we watching the same game? I mean, you could. I could see where Rodri is having a shit game here. Actually, he's having a shit game in terms of I didn't see any of his diagonal, in terms of his diagonal passes and stuff like that. In terms of the way you control the tempo of the game, that's all been absent from Rodri today. But defensively, I think Rodri has done all right. He's not been that bad. Tunda Raje 31 says, Sterling, man, just pass or shoot. You can't hold the ball like that. I think Sterling was absolutely looking for that cutback because he expected someone like a De Bruyne to be there, or even a Bernardo Silva to be there. Those are the players whom you would expect to just strike from the edge of the box. Roddy Sain says, "Is there something wrong with the pitch? Rodri slipped earlier. Stones did just now. I think there have been a couple more incidents. I don't know. I didn't see much. I think it's much wrong with the pitch." Footy Pile says Brentford player slipped after in that same area. That Stone slip was like his only mistake all game too. Maybe there might have been some problem on the pitch. I don't know, but they'll rectify it in halftime. Bullfrog Dependent 416 says, "Is it just me or does Stone slip way too much? Like I clearly remember him slipping against Lukaku last time. I think so. But then Stone saved us in many matches as well. The goal line clearance and stuff like that. So wouldn't go onto the at least that Stone slip. How many ever times Stones has slipped, it has not costed us anywhere close to that Steven Gerrard slip, right? I think Gerrard has slipped only once in his career and once or twice in his career, and that one slip has just almost like Gerrard's one slip meant one league title for Liverpool gone. So I would be okay with it as long as John Stones slip don't cost us much. The players are coming out. Enbrock 726 says, "I want to find out what is going on in those conversations between Pep and the players." This is interesting because Pep really didn't look happy with the team at all. Even after we went 1-0 up, generally he celebrates, but there's something in there that Pep didn't like, that even Juan Malilo didn't like. Something that was not going on well over there. Diaz block so crucial. That looks rough on Ederson, really courageous. It is so vital in shutting down the attacks, and yet people overlook this and say isn't a good shot stopper. Well played, Ederson. Diaz is a block monster. Ederson is fearless. Okay, the players are now coming out, and let us just s- get back to the match. The second half has started and City are leading 1-0 up, but clearly Pep wasn't happy with something. I think it was just that the ball wasn't being switched too much out wide or maybe things like that, I think. But Let us see. We will know if anything changes in this half. Interesting that we are a back three in possession. John Stones is slotted back. Interesting, very interesting. Aymeric Laporte tried to hit it diagonally, but it went straight to the Brentford keeper. So Sterling's been exceptional. Whatever you say, yes, he didn't shoot, but he's been very good this match. Brentford are having numbers forward, and we really need to be careful now. We need to be very careful now. Foden's pressing, and that's good defending from John Stones. We send Brentford all the way back. Brentford are just looking to play out from the back. They're trying to beat us at our own game. To be very careful, and it's gone out. Joaquin Shallow attacking the ball well. Ederson, Foden, Bernardo Silva, the pressure assistant, Evergreen, Bernardo Silva, Rodri. Rodri's passing has not at all been good today. Many people were mentioning it in the comments as well. Bernardo Silva, Raheem Sterling. This is great from Raheem Sterling. This is fantastic from Raheem Sterling. It's a free kick for City, but I just think the referee should have played advantage over there. Kevin De Bruyne. It's good for De Bruyne. Yes, not Sterling, because an in-swinging free kick was the better option there, but then it was low and it was not a good free kick from Kevin De Bruyne. We need to get the second one. Need to get the second one, otherwise the pressure will be so much. We need to get the second as soon as possible. It's interesting that we are almost playing like a back three in possession. This is a slight change of tactic from Pep. Riyad Mahrez is staying almost gun barrel wide. Ruben Diaz, Kevin De Bruyne. Ah, that was almost a De Bruyne special there. De Bruyne thought that Mahrez was making that run of the right. It's just that Mahrez didn't bend his running side. Mahrez was waiting on the outside. That was the only difference. Otherwise, that was 2-0. Second goal of the night to Mahrez. Phil Foden. What a strike from Joaquin Shallow. What a strike. What a strike. What a fantastic strike. Did the goalkeeper save it? I thought that the goalkeeper got a hand to it, but no, it just went a bit over the bar. But great strike from Cancelo. I think we need to keep taking on more shots. Should not be afraid of shooting. I think someone should just go and tell Sterling, just shoot. Whatever happens, just shoot. Don't panic before shooting. You miss it confidently. Problem we're having with Sterling is he panics when he misses. That is what fans don't like. You miss it confidently. We don't care. It's offside, and City are playing the offside trap perfectly well. Rodri, Rodri to John Stones. John Stones surveying his options. Yes, I thought a diagonal ball was the best option, but Aymeric Laporte comes out with the ball, and it's Raheem Sterling out wide. Cancelo to support him, and it's Foden to John Stones, who's dropped into the midfield. John Stones dribbling through players like he's playing some FIFA game, and it's Riyad Mahrez, and it's a goal kick for Brentford. Ah, ja- I don't know why Pep is so obsessed with playing his white players so much out wide. You need to give them license to cut inside. What use is Riyad Mahrez hugging the touchline? Could have bloody well played Kyle Walker and made him hug the touchline. Two great opportunities, and Riyad Mahrez, if he would have been given the license to come inside, Mahrez would have had two chances at goal. I don't understand this from Pep Guardiola. City all the way back to Ederson there. I just think Mahrez needs to make those runs inside a lot more. Kevin De Bruyne, the pass to Raheem Sterling. Rash, run at that. That I thought that Sterling should have gotten to the ball more quickly. What a ball again from John Stones. The defender just got there. He just had a nick on the ball. I think it's Ajar who's the defender for Brentford. I think he's a Danish defender, and he played very well in the Euros. He had an excellent Euro competition. Ederson. Yeah, I thought was the Brentford player offside there. Was he offside? Yes, he's offside. Otherwise, City were dead over there. It was 3v2 at the back. See, this is what happens when Walker's not there. Just can't play that high line. It's close to impossible. I think you have someone like Ivan Tony, Mbumo running at you. Strange from Pep Guardiola to drop Kyle Walker for this game. I assume it's not an injury because it's fit enough to be on the bench. Aymeric Laporte, Ruben Diaz, City building out from the back. Little bit more faster because we have to break down a huge lorry standing in front of you. Raheem Sterling, he's drifting in field there. It's Diaz again. Diaz to Stones. Yes, Bernardo playing. Raheem Sterling, yes. Kevin De Bruyne. The spaces are definitely out wide. Both of Brentford's fullbacks are shit scared of City's wide men. Ah, Joa Cancelo escaped past one, two, three players, and then he struck it straight at the goalkeeper. For a moment, I thought Joa Cancelo was playing FIFA. Oh, that is. I think he just slipped a bit at the last moment when he was shooting. So Cancelo was almost unplayable over there. That was a missed opportunity. You beat three players and you have a straight shot at the goal. You can literally see the whole goal when you cut inside from the left into the box. So just think that Cancelo will be disappointed with that. But we march on. No time to dwell on the disappointments. We march on. Sterling's pressing very well. That's wonderful press. We've almost taken the life out of Brentford, but then The ball's gone out, I think. De Bruyne, Raheem Sterling. Brentford will have a chance in this game. That's why I'm telling that we need to score. Bernardo Silva, Raheem Sterling. Phil Foden. It was worth taking a shot from Bernardo. It was Bernardo, and he can shoot from anywhere on the pitch. It was worth taking a shot. That was almost Bernardo's favorite position. It's just the shot didn't have pace on it. Press, Foden, press the goal key. We have been more on the front foot, pressing the goalkeeper this half. That's one thing that has changed. John Stones is down. I think it's time for Kyle Walker to be ready now. There's some treatment on for John Stones. That was actually a penalty. I know they're showing so many replays, but it was a penalty for sure. And it's another goal for Riyad Mahrez. One thing Pep will be happy with is we have found at last a penalty taker who's reliable. Riyad Mahrez is putting those penalties into the top corners, literally making them unsavable. So at last, at least we have someone who we can rely taking penalties, at least in big games. I think it's Mbumo who's coming on. City need to get that second goal. Mbumo is very good actually. City win the ball back. Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne to Foden. Foden to Riyad Mahrez. The ball just did not bounce kindly for Riyad Mahrez over there. And it's a free kick for Brentford. Mbomo is coming on. I think City need to absolutely score that second goal now. I know we have dealt with Sadio Mane, Lukaku, Ziyech, Mo Salah, but Mbomo is dangerous. Brentford keeper is not wasting as much time now. Ederson's the favorite to the ball there. What a throw from Ederson. What a throw from Ederson there. The referee thinks that's not a foul, and the keeper comes out for Brentford. It clears. And that's a great ball from the keeper as well. Close him down, close him down. Where is our midfield? Kevin De Bruyne at weight tackle, and it's John Stones. Oh, there's someone on. Ah, that was so close. See, it's Onyeka. It's moments like this that worry me, that scare me actually. Now, this is almost reminiscent of a goal Liverpool scored against us in that 2018-19 campaign in the match in January. So it's almost the same kind of thing there. Pep won't be happy with this again. Think Fernandino needs to come on. There needs to be some change. Canos is going off and Da Silva is coming on, and Mbumo is coming on, and Gados is going off for Brentford. There's no pace in City's backline, and that is a big worry for me. Let's bring Walker on. We need to score the second goal here, or we need to bring Walker on. Need to do either of the things right now because it's almost like we are on the ropes right now. Kevin De Bruyne. The idea was right from Mbumo, I think, but the execution was not quite there. John Stones there, keeping hold of the ball. The diagonals have not been spot on today. Bernardo Silva, Rodri, Riyad Mahrez, John Stones, Riyad Mahrez. I think Rodri should have got into that ball there, and it's Mbumo is running through, but it's that's wonderful tracking back from Kevin De Bruyne. This is what champion teams do. This is what the superstars in champion teams do. That is great from Kevin De Bruyne because I just thought Mbumo. I know there were three central defenders around Mbumo, but I just thought Mbumo would have taken them out with just a swivel if not for Kevin De Bruyne. Cancelo again squatted the keeper. Cancelo could have easily had a hat trick himself today. This was a bit difficult, but long shot, and then he dribbled inside the box. But look at that. That is why is it Kyle Walker is so important. At least City are winning second balls, and Bernardo Silva is now prepared to do that tracking back work. I won't call it the dirty work. That's one of the most important things you need to do, tracking back and all of that stuff if you want to win titles. Ruben Diaz. Bernardo Silva weaving his magic through the Brentford defense. Riyad Mahrez. There's no options there. It's frustrating again. There are no options in the box. Mahrez to Sterling. I don't know what Sterling's doing there. It's just gone out for a City throw. It's Jack Grealish who's coming on, and I think it will be Raheem Sterling or maybe even Phil Foden who's taken off. Let us see. Interesting substitution from Pep Guardiola. Oh, this is even more interesting. It's Riyad Mahrez who's going off. This is very interesting for me. It's Riyad Mahrez who's going off. So I think this means Sterling might play on the right and Grealish on the left, and sorry, Foden on the left and Grealish in the center. I think that's how it's gonna be. Pep realizes he needs Foden on the left. It's City's throw right now, and interesting change by Pep. I did not. I thought that substitution will be a defensive one, maybe bringing on a CDM and Fernandino or something like that, but didn't expect an offensive substitution there. Jack Grealish playing on the left there. Kevin De Bruyne, Phil Foden, Joao Cancelo, but the free kick's gone in Brentford's favour. I think we get the second goal and we can just relax a bit in the game because then Brentford needs to come to us. Right now, Brentford are not coming to us. They're slowly bringing their attacking players into the game. Can understand it from a Brentford's point of view, but oh, so it's Foden through the middle. I think they swap Foden and Willis. They swap once in a while. Yes, that's what they're doing. Raheem Sterling, Rash. You need to score, Rash. Yes! Kevin De Bruyne scores. If not Raheem Sterling, it's Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne scores it. He shows how goals can be scored. But again, Sterling shot there, and it's consequence of the rebound that De Bruyne has scored. What a shot from Kevin De Bruyne. Was there anyone who's offside? Let us just check. Sterling was definitely not offside. No. That was quite an instinctive, stupendous, superb finish from Kevin De Bruyne. The game needed that. But look at that again. This is what people say. Raheem Sterling needs to have just buried it. I mean, I don't know how Sterling doesn't score from there. De Bruyne's finish was a much more difficult one, actually. He had to curl the ball on the ground around the keeper. Just imagine how difficult it is. And it's 2-0. And it's Kevin De Bruyne to the rescue. Now Brentford has to come out and play. Now we'll see the now we'll see the magic. Now we'll see how Brentford will frustrate us. They were sitting back and they didn't want to come out, right? Now I dare them to sit back. Now they don't. Now they will come forward. Foden's coming off, I think. Yes. Gundogan's coming on. Foden's been very good actually. People who say that Foden's having a slump in form, it's nonsense. Just you look at the kind of space he's creating, the kind of channels he runs through, the kind of tracking back he does, the press and everything. If you just judge a player by his goals and stuff, you are a very limited follower of football. You do not know anything about football, in fact. So Raheem Sterling, Sterling's been pulled back, I think. Is it a potential red card? Was he the last man? I think VR will have a check. Let us see. No, I think there's nothing in that. Both the players were going against each other, so there's nothing in that. Gundogan, De Bruyne, Kevin De Bruyne. That is a diagonal from his greatest dream. What a diagonal from Kevin De Bruyne. Don't think there's another player in the world who can play that sort of a diagonal. Diagonal so good from De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne again. Referees allowed it to play on, and it's Mbomo, and that's great defending from John Stones. Again, a great pass from De Bruyne. It's just that the defender got there a split second earlier. It's a split second earlier in nothing else. The keeper just took a lot more of a chance there. It's Mbumo. You really need to be careful of Mbumo. I've seen a few of Brentford's games and Mbumo and Ivan Tony. No, Ivan Tony is not playing today, but Mbumo can be really dangerous. Cancelo, Diaz, Gundogan. Now it's almost all just midfield players playing there. I think when Gundogan comes, the rotation really becomes even more prominent and I think that's the only reason why De Bruyne, Bernardo and Gundogan make such a good pair. They constantly rotate with De Bruyne. It's not that constant because De Bruyne can be devastating, so he doesn't need to rotate much. So that's the only difference there. But that tracking back from De Bruyne to pinch the ball of Mbumo, I think that's what sparked City back into life. After that point on, City's press was very intense and just that we were hunting down Brentford. Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne has done great defensive work in this match. He's won the ball back already, I think, 4 or 5 times easily. He's pressing, he's tackling. You would not think he's a superstar, seeing the amount of work rate he goes through. Jack Grealish. One thing about Grealish is he's held on to the ball really well since he's come on. Gundogan, look at that. Since Gundogan has come on, everyone's just holding on to the ball so much. No one's giving the ball away. I think it's the control which Gundogan gives that is something special about him. I think Pep needs to bring on Liam Delap, at least one of Delap or James McAtee. I think he will. If the third goal is scored, I think Pep will surely bring on Liam Delap. Look at that. Brentford are not even getting a touch of the ball here. City can easily finish off the game like this. Brentford are like almost struggling to breathe here. They have not had a touch of the ball in the last 3 minutes, I think. No touch of the ball at all. This is merciless. Some people can even say this is inhuman from City. Ah, that would have been such a grandstand finish to that passing move. What I think there would have been at least 40 passes stitched together. It opened for Cancelo very. I think there was a deflection anyway. And there was there. Let us see. Yes, there was surely a deflection in there. This is what Pep Guardiola wants to see. This is the total football. It's Pep Guardiola dreams of every night. It's Pep Guardiola breathes. That was an ambitious header at the most, but it was a great try from Rodri. That little passing move for in the previous 3 minutes, I think that is match game set and match done for me, because that would have just sucked the life out of Brentford. For 3 minutes you don't even have a touch of the ball. Just imagine how you feel. You feel like shit. You feel like there's just one team that's playing and the other team is just standing there spectating. And so now every time you get the ball, you make those rash decisions. I think the game is done. It's games at end match. The way City have just rendered Brentford breathless in the previous 3 minutes without giving them the ball. That's the match over for me. Again, City have started a sequence of passing. This is dream football. City are just killing off the emotions of the opponents now. It's one thing to score goals and push the opponents into darkness, but it's another thing where you don't score goals, but then you don't give the opponents the ball as well. So almost like you're killing them dead alive. You're frying them alive. I think that's what City are doing to Brentford here. Cancelo, Rodri, De Bruyne, out wide John Stones, De Bruyne. City are pulling the opponent into submission over here. Nothing. Brentford in the last 5 minutes have had 2% of possession. So you can imagine the state of the game. The thing is, the great teams always defeat you psychologically. You, all of those great Real Madrid teams, AC Milan teams of the past, Barcelona teams, Bayern Munich teams, all of those, you were defeated in the tunnel itself. That is what City are doing to opponents right now. It's more than just a style of play. It's literally toying with the hope of opponents. City win the ball back again. It's almost a 3-on-3 for City there. Raheem Sterling. Raheem Kevin is on the outside. Yes, he finds Kevin De Bruyne, and it's to a Cancelo. Cancelo just didn't get the angle and the space to shoot. Oh, that was a great shot from Rodri there. The keeper just tips it around. I think Brentford haven't even entered City's half in the last 10 minutes. Rodri has a great shot actually. I just hope that he takes on shots more and more. It's another corner for City. It will be another corner for City. Look at the body language of the Brentford players. This is this is why teams like Liverpool and Chelsea are unable to compete with City. Liverpool have to be at their 100% every time, but City can rest in games. City can score two goals and keep the ball and the game's done. Which means your energy is preserved. Brentford come out with the ball, and that's again Kevin De Bruyne there. Kevin De Bruyne has tracked back into the left back position 3-4 times until now. That's how good he has been. Brentford get a corner right now. It's the last 10 minutes. We need to be careful here. If we concede a goal here, I think again the match has almost come back to square one. So we need to be very careful here. Last 10 minutes. Champions don't even let us sniff the opponents in. Extremely on guard here. It will be an in swinging corner. Come on, Ruben. Kick the ball out. Kick the ball out. Yes, that's well defended. But Brentford have another corner. Onyeka thinks that's a half chance, but Brentford have another corner. Come on, guys. We can't give up a goal now. Just imagine an opponent scores a goal in the last 10 minutes, and you can't just measure the amount of confidence they'll have. They'll just be pumped up, but defend, 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 defend. I think Ruben Diaz needs to get his head to this. Great work by Bernardo Silva of the corner. Great. He just slipped there on the line. Then he just kicked the ball out. It's a free kick for City. The referee's been excellent today. I think he's a young referee in terms of experience and in the Premier League, but he's managed the game extremely well. Didn't allow the nerves to get to him. I think it was a foul on Ruben Diaz, and City get the free kick. Kevin De Bruyne again closing down. De Bruyne has closed down 10 times today. The work ethic from De Bruyne was fantastic. Has been fantastic throughout the match. He's almost turning into a midfield general for City. But the way City controlled the game right after scoring the second goal, I think we scored the second goal in the 69th minute. The next 10 11 minutes, we just kept the ball and didn't allow the opponents to come near us. That's fantastic. Brentford have a free kick here. And now they will want to get on with things fast. I think the second goal was the killer blow because 1-0 until the final whistle, the game's not done. But at 2-0, you know that you have to come out. And then straight after 2-0, City kept the ball and killed the game. So, I mean, kill the hope of Brentford, kill the emotions of Brentford. That is what is important. It's a goal kick. Oh, it's a throw for City, actually. John Stones has been magnificent. Cancelo has been excellent today. He should have had at least 2 goals. The way he's dribbling, you could have actually play him on the wing. I think Cancelo seriously can be turned into a winger. Just like Trent can be turned into a midfielder. Raheem Sterling, that is great defending again. Kevin. That's well controlled by Kevin at the last moment. That is great defending. Bicycle kick from Ruben Diaz. And The Brentford player was offside. City never panic in that offside trap, and that is a special attribute. It's never easy to play that offside trap. City get the ball back again, and the hallmark of great teams is that we control the tempo of the game. It is we who dictate how fast or slow a game should be, and City have done that exactly today. Straight from start to finish. As there were nervy moments in the first half, but then that is what a title race is all about. Coming through those nervy moments with great personality and character. Cancelo, Jack Grealish. Sterling's given the ball away and Sterling's retrieved the ball as well. That's fine. He's given away a free kick, but he's retrieved the ball. Rush, that is superb work. Given the ball away. I think I've seen it with Mares, with De Bruyne, with Sterling in this match, with Bernardo. Bernardo always does it. So all of City's players are disciplined. I think Pep Guardiola can use this as a template for Champions League matches on the amount of hard work you need to put in to get the ball back. John Stones, yes. Oh, that was a very bad ball, but Gundogan somehow John Stones is somehow got to it, and it's Kevin John Stones. I mean, so Ruben Diaz had somehow done great defensive work there. Ruben Diaz, I'm sorry, Rodri and Jack Grealish playing a one-two. I think Grealish looks at home in that false nine role more than any other role. He rarely gives the ball away when he's playing in that false nine role, and he has more clarity of thought. I think midfield or false nine, that is where Jack Grealish. I mean, false nine is effectively a midfield role, so that's where I think Jack Grealish is at his best. On the wing, he just tries to dribble too much. I think the attributes you need to play on the wing for Pep Guardiola are so much demanding. Oh, Foden just. I think it was just a shot. Foden tried a shot, but it just went across the goal. But City are keeping the ball well now. 2 more minutes and then extra time. John Stones, Raheem Sterling, Kevin De Bruyne, Sterling again, Stones, Ruben Diaz. Yes, I think finally the decision to play Stones has been validated. Especially the second half, showed that the amount of control we had, the midfield of control we had when playing out from Brentford's press, all of that things validated it. Ah, I think that was almost a special ball from Foden, and Bernardo Silva was almost coming in to tap the ball to the net. I think Pep will be very annoyed if he won't get a clean sheet here. Anyway, Mbuma was offside. I think Brentford players have been offside 9, 10 times in this match. It's 3 minutes of added time. Yeah, that's the standard one. And Pap would really want to retain this clean sheet right now. Look at that Gundogan in the midfield, and it's the controls just immaculate. I think Gundogan is the one who's absolutely made a difference in killing the game off. Gundogan, Rodri, Cancelo, Grealish on the outside, and that ball was so close. It's quite surprising that Cancelo doesn't have a goal or an assist today. Maybe on another day would have had 2 goals and brace with the assists as well. So Cancelo's been excellent. Everyone's been excellent today. Riyad Mahrez, that penalty under pressure. I think the game changed when Gundogan came. Yeah, Brentford were just not able to deal with his moment. His moment. Mbumo running through. Uh, I for a moment thought that he would find the far corner, but that was so easy. Pep will be very annoyed if this no clean sheet and that's offside. That's in a way offside from Onyeka. Onyeka was offside. And again, great work done by Ederson. Ederson's looking in top form. City backline are have looked a bit shaky, and again, I think the reason for that is lack of someone with extreme pace in that back line, because when you have that, even if your offside trap is wrong, there's someone who can chase it. All of those things. I think it plays on your confidence, but yet we have been spot on in the offside trap every time we have played it. Gundogan there, immaculate touch. Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne loses the ball, and Brentford have one last chance to attack City's goal, and he's offside anyway. And Puma will be scratching his head. And I think the game's done. Pep Guardiola still doesn't seem that happy. I think this something in the performance that hasn't pleased Pep Guardiola. He still doesn't seem happy. But anyway, City have won the match. It was a great victory. It was a victory under extreme pressure. It was a victory under great pressure, and we have done it. I was worried that after a long break, maybe if we slip up against Brentford, because you play Liverpool and Liverpool have a game in hand, and effectively we lose this, and the gap is down to 0 points. So that's been fantastic. So it's been a fantastic display from City. I hope that you have really enjoyed the broadcast. You have enjoyed the video. You have enjoyed the watch along. So I'll see you again later. And see you all. Take care.